There was a home at the tip of Mercer Island with a flag waving in front. And there is a man inside whose eyes, chiseled out of blue ice, have looked down and unleashed hell on earth from 10,000 feet. His weathered hands helped guide civilization away from the brink. There are pictures lying about of just a boy, really, undersized and bright, who had no choice but to come of age just as the world was coming unglued, many, many years ago.
I got the application and put it in front of my mother at breakfast for 3 months every morning. She would not sign it. She said, I think I'd be signing your death warrant. At that time, flying was kind of dangerous. It wasn't like today at all. And I finally got exasperated, and I stood up and I said, Mom, look at me. 5'7.5", 135 pounds, I'm going to be drafted. What chance am I going to have on the ground? She looked at me and she signed it.
There are clues in the home of Dick Nelms about the defining chapters of his life: a model plane, stars and stripes, a belt buckle, some bits of steel and ribbon. He was a pilot. He flew B-17 bombers, 35 missions, mostly over Germany. This man, 95 years old, sharp and humble, is the real deal.
I found a way of handling fear, of keeping it under control, and it never became part of me. And so I can tell stories about people seeing things get shot down and all that, and not have it bother me. 10% courage, 90% denial. I would talk myself out of it. One time especially, when a shell burst right in front of us, an 88 probably, 88 millimeter. And the plane bounces through it, you hear flak making holes in the airplane. Your mind becomes your enemy up there. My mind said, a second later, I'd be on my way down. I said, isn't it great it went off when it did, everything's okay. They're both true, but you select the one that's going to keep you under control.
Once a week, Dick, who still drives, makes his way to the Museum of Flight. He stands there in front of a perfectly restored B-17.
Hi, I'm Dick Nelms, and I was a B-17 pilot in World War II.
He's a living piece of history.
We gave Hitler more than he could handle.
And he meets people.
My daughters wanted to meet you.
I'm Chloe. Nice to meet you.
Gosh, it's rejuvenating. It really is. I feel young. They had wires that were attached to the bomb bay.
I was only 6 years old in 1944.
Yeah.
So you saved my ass, eh?
Oh, maybe. Well, the infantry had a little to do with it too, you know.
He explains to anyone who's interested.
We weren't heroes, it was our job.
What it felt like to fly bombing raids over Europe with casualty rates around 50%.
Is that a bomber?
It is.
Did you bomb anybody?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was, you know anything about World War II?
What it was like flying through buzzing Messerschmitts.
Did you realize that you were writing history at that point in time?
To get to Berlin, where 2,000 anti-aircraft guns awaited.
They started firing at us, and we were in constant flak for almost a half hour, if you can imagine that. We came back from Berlin one day with 300 holes in the air. I saw 5 planes go down from groups up ahead, and here I'm flying formation. I looked it up later on, and we lost 68 airplanes on that one mission. One of them burst out here about 11 o'clock. It couldn't have been more than 100 feet away, because we immediately went through the lower part of the concussion. I leaned over and said, "You missed me!" I leaned over and said, "You missed me!" I knew that yelling that wasn't going to shorten the war, but still, I was tired of feeling like a wood duck in a carnival shooting gallery. I was tired of feeling like a clay pigeons in a shooting gallery, you know. I wanted to feel like a warrior.
Dick Nelms is a treasure because he remembers what it looked like and smelled like up there, what it was to be young and scared and unbelievably courageous. The other day at the museum, there was pep in his step, and he went out to see an old girl that he used to know. He climbed in, like he did in the old days, found a place to sit down, The prop turned and the wheels rolled, and for a 95-year-old man, the lines of time got all crossed up.
That's a thrill, where it pushes you back, you know, the acceleration. Yeah. And then you feel a runway, and then all of a sudden you don't feel anything. You're free. You're in the air. You're in a different dimension. You've been freed from Earth.
Dick, does it bring back memories?
Oh yeah. I should be over there.
By over there, he meant the pilot's seat. Dick thought he should be in the pilot's seat. What's the overriding feeling you get up here?
That I'm not getting shot at.
For the old bomber, there was no giddiness up there, just a kind of wistful, knowing satisfaction. Men who've done what Dick Nelms has done don't get giddy. He will tell you that there were thousands like him, pillars that the whole world leaned against when everything was upside down. But not now. Now there are just a precious few, men with eyes chiseled from blue ice, who looked down and unleashed hell on earth from 10,000 feet. Thank God.